Hey Aries, and welcome to your June 2018 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead. And wow, Aries, what a changing, shifting, incredible month for you. This is the first full month where Uranus has changed signs, and that is just so big for you because obviously Uranus has been in your sign for the last like 8 years. So for you to have this incredible shift in like outer planet energy really changes the game for you and really starts to show you new alternative experiences and versions of life that you didn't feel were previously open to you. So I feel for most of you, June gives an incredible gift. There's like a windfall. There's something that you might have to walk away from. There's something that you might have to confront in a different way. But ultimately, I feel this to be very positive because there's a lot of pressure off. I think that the last few degrees of Uranus and Aries came with a lot of pressure for Aries. And I think that you had to make a lot of changes, a lot of quick changes, a lot of quick decisions. And now you are healing that here in June, yes, but also healing it by doing other things. So I feel like new hobbies, new careers, new action-oriented things is a healing process for Aries versus having to like become a hermit or having to be in bed or heal up in a very passive way. I feel that you are getting a lot of incredible healing through becoming active in new ways and starting to pioneer new chapters of your life. This period of June, July, and August for Aries, I do also feel to be a testing time because Uranus will be retrograding back into the last degrees of your sign. So I feel like if you're an Aries and you've come into this time feeling very overwhelmed, feeling discouraged, feeling unhealthy, or having vibrational issues, there is something that you can see here, like what the future will be, what the future will bring, and then have like another chance to go back in time or back into the experience and change that or shift that. So really take that time in June with like a cerebral notion of thinking, what do I need to go back to around like August or September and take back to then like move forward in this way that you're kind of seeing now. There's sort of like a back and forth motion. It's not really retrograde, it's not regressive, it's not progressive, it's like an integration of that. And there's like this desire in Aries to almost do regressive in a progressive way. So it's like you're going back, you're finding your power in this like pioneering way. So Jupiter is retrograde right now, Pluto and Saturn are retrograde, even Mars is going to be retrograde as well, which is your ruling planet. So you just almost have to turn these backward motions, Aries, into a new form of your own pioneering, because that is what your sign's archetype revolves around, is forward motion, pioneering, action, and progress. So that can be hard for Aries when there's a lot of retrograde energy because it's not naturally in your nature to be that backward thinking. And of course, that could be different in your chart. Be sure to check your sun, moon, rising sign. But it's almost like you just have to reorient that, or you have to see how backward motion can become an extremely progressive aspect of your life, at least for a short amount of time here. And it won't really come front and center, I feel, till later in the year when Uranus goes back into Aries. I do have a video on Uranus and Taurus and its sort of retrograde cycle in Aries. If you guys want to check that out, it's up in the top right-hand corner of this video. But June really is a go-between period of understanding what this means for you, developing new connections that sort of guide you with this, and finding your strength to face the transformation that revolves around this back and forth experience that you've had. So anyway, Aries, I want to go ahead and get into your week to week, and we'll see what's coming up there. Week number 1, you have 8 of Wands reversed. You're down by Strength reversed. So something really incredible, something really potent, something that you've always wanted to happen or wanted to have comes in, and you see it very clearly, or you get closer to the purpose, the goal, the aspiration. It's like you're right there. You're like pulling yourself up onto the ledge of this aspiration that you've had, but something about it isn't quite right for you because I feel that it was developed during the Uranus and Aries time, and now that we're at Uranus and Taurus, it's completely changed the backdrop. Unless you have like Uranus directly on your sun or directly on a personal planet, it's more of a backdrop energy than it is a very personalized energy. So I feel that for the majority of Aries, this is something about your environment or your circumstance, not so much about something within you or like deeply personal or interior, and that depends on your chart, of course. But you have to be able to see what your environment has given you and like what windfall you've received from something that's a bit uncomfortable there, And while you don't necessarily want to follow that up with the same type of experience, because I feel you get control. I feel you get control of what your environment, what your circumstance is, if you don't already have that. And one way or another, you get more control over this backdrop, this circumstantial experience throughout this time, and that's supposed to be a strengthening experience, not a like a gnashing experience, not a breaking down experience. So I feel that a lot of Aries are like spread out in many different sectors, very diversified with your energy, and it may be more comfortable to pull more within and really focus and concentrate yourself in one sector during June, because I feel that you have things coming at you from all different directions, and that's just making you feel a little bit worn down. So definitely build up those boundaries, build up the immune system, build up even like working out, gym stuff, going for run, cardio, endurance. That feels really good for Aries right now. It's always good for you, but it's definitely more potent right now for sure. Moving into the second week, Aries, you have the Devil reversed, rooted down by King of Wands reversed. So the betrayal becomes quite clear, or the connections that you have with people who have not had your best interests at heart become very clear. Sometimes it takes Aries a while to see this because you're quite optimistic and you're quite like you see people's good sides and you're like, yeah, they're really going to work that up. But during this week, you may have to draw lines, or you may have to disconnect a little bit from people. I like the Devil reversed more than I like it upright because it's more clumsy, it's more clunky, and it's easier to see where people are being mean to you, or I almost want to sense like a demonic type of energy, like psychic attack type of energy. You'll see that in this week. If it's in your life, it will become clear. And I don't necessarily think that people are like purposely attacking you psychically, but people can do this without even realizing it and without even meaning to do it. I feel that you're very accessed by many people. So a lot of people are thinking about you. A lot of people are wishing they could have given you a certain experience. And that is what saps you and sort of takes your strength away, I feel. You may see that you can't react to this type of thing in the way that you used to. King of Wands is very much a evolved, older, mature Aries energy, so that's reversed. So when you see that people have taken advantage of you or become connected to you in a very unhealthy way, you may have to think about reacting differently to it than you have in the past, or you may have to really analyze that and see, is this really helping me? Is this reaction or the way that I handle this type of thing actually solving the problem, or is it contributing? You'll see that very clearly, and you can really evolve through working through that for sure. In the third week, Aries, you have Queen of Wands rooted down by Ace of Swords. So I feel this to be a huge blessing. Queen of Wands is another strong Aries card. To me, this feels like new ideas, new identities for some of you. That's a huge thing about Uranus, is identity and new versions of autonomy and anonymity. And you are making that funner for yourself, or making this more of an enjoyable process. So you've had to get rid of a lot of things, or you've had to change a lot of who you are during this month, as it's almost inevitable for all of us in a way, but you're at the forefront of it for sure. You start to see that this can give you a lot, and this new shape that you're taking, this new form that you're filling, becomes an incredible weapon for you, yes, but also an incredible employable aspect, or an incredible intellectual property that really helps you to start to accomplish the goals that you've had for a long time. It is a really good month, I think, for Aries to pursue the new career, or to pursue what you've always wanted to do. It feels like it's time. It feels like most of Aries, and I don't want to speak for all of you, have like dreamed long enough or saved long enough, and you can start to at least push out more effort for it, or start to think about it in a different way, because once you have Uranus go back in your sign for a few months after August, you'll have like this opportunity there. You'll have this reopening of a past possibility that can really combine well with what you need to do now and in the future. So think about how you can work with that momentum and benefit from that, versus feel so volatile and scattered by that energy. One way or another, new incredible personality traits for you coming in during the third week. Even good friends, I feel, good platonic experiences, friends giving you ideas, people who are having fun around you, giving you good ideas. It feels almost like a strong party type of energy, in a good way. So congratulations, celebrate something in the third week, because you move into the fourth week with Two of Wands rooted down by Judgment reversed. Usually, when you've had a strong outer planet in one of your more prevalent signs, it bestows some kind of gift or some kind of memento of its time in your sign at the end of the transit. So, like end of the Uranus and Aries, you're getting something like the world falls into your hands. It could feel quite temporary because, again, this is not final until the end of this year after it's retrograded back and left for the final time. But it's a foreshadowing. It's a foreshadowing of what's to come. It's a foreshadowing of some of the really unpredictable electric type of experiences that you're going to have, and it's sort of testing the waters, I feel, to see if this is what you really want, if this path that you're on is really good for you. So think about that clearly. A lot of you can kind of have like a lightning strike type of energy where you're suddenly jolted into a new path, and you suddenly shift positioning, you change directions, and you're automatically detouring into a new avenue of life. I feel this to be really prevalent for Aries throughout this summer. You're gonna maybe do that a few times, and you're gonna get like a taste of a lot of different experiences and a lot of different new possibilities to work with. And through that, you are developing a sense of what you really want, because it's been confusing for Aries. I know you've been kind of all over the place with that and been maybe a bit discouraged by not knowing what it is that you actually want. I feel like it's important for Aries to not fear commitment, or to not fear at least committing to yourself or committing to your projects or your dreams. Judgment reversed can sometimes be like a resistance in transformation or resistance in commitment to a certain path. And that's okay for now. I feel like if you have to do that now, it's fine, but there's a goal or a format setting up for you where you come into a place where it's easy to commit or easy to know what you need to commit to, or developing that sense and not second guessing it so much and not feeling like it's so volatile and all over the place. So ultimately, Aries, this is an adventurous month. Knight of Wands is your central theme, and all of these prospects that come up for you, all of these paths that you get to kind of experience over the next few months, really, is an incredible adventure, and you will probably look back on it with very fond memories. So try to live up to that. Try to make this a fond period of time because it gives you a lot if you are able. And ultimately, just make it an adventure, make it fun, make it Aryan, but know when to pull back, know when to heal, know when to get that strength, and pay attention. New ideas, new possibilities that feel subtle, that you can pass by very easily if you're too like gallivanting forward. So pay attention to the subtleties, pay attention to the new ideas. You are at the forefront of the zodiac this month, with Uranus having left your sign and having changed you so strongly in that way. I'm wishing you guys so much luck. Let me know in the comments below how this is treating you. Do you feel different? Do you feel like the same? Do you feel like there's been a huge shift with Uranus having changed? I would love to know. If you guys would like to book a private reading with me, you can click the center of your screen. Also, your subscribes, likes, and comments make my day. I'm on Instagram and Twitter and Patreon, that's in the description box. I will be talking to you guys soon. Much love. Bye.